The boy only wanted to take a sip of his drink. Suddenly, the stepmother yelled at him. She even rushed toward him in a panic. The boy froze. He thought the evil stepmother was about to cause trouble again. But then, she said she wanted the water in his cup. The boy was instantly confused. Even his friend couldn't help but joke. Since when did they get this close? But no one knew the truth. Just moments ago, the stepmother saw everything. She saw the scheming girl sneak something into the boy's drink. And as the notorious evil stepmother, she knew one thing clearly. If the boy got hurt, she would be the scapegoat. Seeing the boy about to drink, she rushed over without thinking. She lied and said she wanted a sip. The scheming girl panicked instantly. That was when the stepmother was sure there was something wrong with the drink. Just as she was about to drink it herself, she suddenly said she couldn't drink beverages. Then she took the cup away directly. The boy stood there, stunned. This stepmother felt like a different person. Anyone who watched episode 1 knew why. The woman accidentally transmigrated into a novel and became the boy's evil stepmother. To survive in this world, she decided to flip her reputation. She would be a qualified rich stepmother. After the gathering ended, she told him the whole truth and reminded him seriously. A handsome boy must protect himself outside, especially around scheming girls. The boy froze again. She was caring about him? He wanted to apologize, but the words got stuck. In the end, he left shyly. The stepmother saw through him instantly. Soon, she returned to enjoying her rich life. But then, her contract husband called. She hesitated. Should she call him boss or husband? Before she decided, the CEO spoke first. He told her to prepare. Tomorrow, she would attend a banquet with him. Before she could respond, the call ended. She was stunned again. Prepare what exactly? Then it hit her. A contract marriage still meant public affection. She rushed straight to the walk-in closet. As the richest man's wife, she had to steal the spotlight. Soon, she chose the perfect gown. At the banquet, gossip was already spreading. Some mocked her openly. They said the richest man's wife weighed 300 pounds. No wonder he never brought her out. Then, they were slapped in the face. The woman appeared in a red gown. Even the CEO froze in place. She immediately played her role. That soft husband escaped her lips. The CEO couldn't snap out of it. When he did, he wrapped an arm around her waist. She understood instantly. The mission was complete. Soon, business partners approached. Before the CEO spoke, she tactfully stepped away. The CEO watched her back. This contract wife had changed. As she was about to enjoy the food, a 20-year-old guy approached her. She smiled calmly and introduced herself. She was the richest man's wife. The guy panicked and apologized instantly, and the CEO saw everything. Then the butler called. The boy caused trouble at school. A guardian was required immediately. The woman sighed internally. She just finished playing a loving wife. Now she had to play a perfect stepmother again. This job was way too hard. The boy just left school early, but the school immediately called his stepmother. He thought a scolding was guaranteed, but she smiled at him instead. They met at the school gate. The classmates froze at her looks. They rushed to greet her, but the boy looked annoyed. He walked straight to the principal's office alone. The stepmother stood there, speechless. Being a stepmother is really not easy. Soon, students packed the hallway. Everyone expected a blow-up. The principal spotted her status instantly. To save her time, he offered a solution on the spot, public apology to the professor, and a 50,000-word self-criticism, but the stepmother wasn't having it. She said she had plenty of time, and she came personally for a reason. Her child would take no silent losses. The professor snapped. So skipping class isn't wrong now? But the stepmother calmly pulled up the footage. The truth hit instantly. The professor dragged class overtime on purpose. The boy showed displeasure and got mocked publicly. Bad grades mean more studying. A teacher's word is law. Students must obey. The boy nearly lost it. He almost threw a punch. A classmate stopped him. The boy grabbed his bag and walked out without looking back. The truth was clear. The stepmother spoke up again. Children have dignity too. Public humiliation causes damage. And besides, her son always looks grumpy. He never talked back. The principal rushed to mediate. The punishment was reduced. Just a verbal apology. The stepmother agreed. The professor had no choice. The issue was resolved. The boy walked out of the office. Classmates swarmed him nervously. They expected disaster, but the stepmother followed calmly. Inside, she complained silently. At 30 years old, suddenly having a grown son, that takes getting used to. As she prepared to leave, the boy handed her a drink. She took it naturally, then left quickly. The classmates were stunned. So the evil stepmother just let him go? The boy stayed behind, lost in thought. Maybe. Not every stepmother is cruel. The next day, the family finally gathered together, but the atmosphere felt strangely off. The woman was happily scrolling TikTok just a second ago, but she quickly put her phone down because the two men at the table sat stiffly. The silence felt heavy, but the boy broke it first. He nervously asked the CEO to check his results. The CEO responded coldly, but even that was enough. It made the boy light up. He quickly pulled out his coding project, hoping his father would give him guidance. The stepmother saw it instantly. This wasn't about coding. It was about approval. But the CEO didn't even look. High school students shouldn't touch this. The boy's face fell at once, disappointment written all over him. But then the CEO added calmly, "You should focus on college entrance exams." The boy nodded unwillingly, then left the table in silence. The woman almost spoke up, but stopped herself. After all, she was just a stepmother, and a contract wife at that. Anyone following this series knows, the woman transmigrated into a novel, and became the boy's evil stepmother. To survive in this world, she chose to flip the narrative, to become a qualified rich stepmother. But this time, she felt powerless. She put down her chopsticks, and stood up disappointed. But suddenly, the CEO stopped her. He mentioned seeing her go out often lately. The woman froze. Inside, she panicked. Did he just lecture his son, and now it's my turn? But instead, the CEO sounded concerned. "If you're bored at home, you can stay at the estate for a while." The woman felt awkward, but quickly waved it off. She said she had too much to do, because she discovered something important. Every family in the Villa district buys fresh flowers, and she saw an opportunity. A business idea was born. While planning her next move, she glanced at her fake husband, and made a decision. She would ask him. She launched into her flower shop idea, ideas flying everywhere, and without realizing it, he was drawn in. Soon, she cut to the point. Could this actually work? The CEO switched into business mode instantly. Don't sell cheap flowers, raise the price instead. People living next to the richest man will never buy low-end bouquets. The woman's eyes lit up. Capitalist genius. She even patted his shoulder excitedly. The butler froze in shock, because no one ever dared to do that.